it's all mad risky to let him down.
Okay. Welcome back, everyone. I am Peyton, indie author, literary troublemaker, and mass chaos, according to everybody that is on the screen right now.
I'm
Go ahead.
Oh, sorry. And I'm Mel, the other person on this show, and a fan of horror, smut, and anything that combines the two.
Just in case you don't understand what's happening right now, you might want to stop. This is a part 2 of a part 1. It's okay. You're going to come back to this episode. I promise that is going to be the case. But stop what you're doing. Go watch part 1. It's a short episode. This will probably be a short episode too, because something stupidly insane happened last night as we were recording this video, and we had to stop what we were doing.
Total what the fuck moment that was had on screen in the moment. Taylor and I both freaked out.
Yep. Something completely crazy happened last night. We were in the middle of talking. We were all the way at the end of the book, just in case you're not caught up with us yet. See what I did there? We are talking about Game On. So, part 1, we really talked about a synopsis of all 3 books, feelings about it, and then Mel said something last night, and I realized that I was the only one that was privy to some information, and I made everyone stop what we were doing, and they had to catch up. So, fill in the audience, Mel.
So, we started talking about, and by we, I really wish that Tyler and Stella and AJ all had a scene at Lowe's sex club. And Peyton was like, did you not read the extra chapter at the end? I was like, what do you mean? Lo and behold, the epilogue just has the chapter where the 3 of them meet Allie, Josh, Lo, and Nico, and Lo's roommates. And not the super fucking kinky scene that I listened to this morning. It's like, I have time because I was working from home today, and usually on Mondays, the first hour of the day is just waiting for things to come in because I'm a proofreader. So I turned it on. My roommate was out, my fiance was out, so I got to play it on my little Alexa just out loud as I was doing stuff. I shit you not, I could not keep a straight face. I was sitting in this chair squealing. And then I was like, I had a little bit of time before our film session tonight, and I was like, let me just listen to it again. Let me just listen to it one more time, make sure I didn't miss anything. And I was doing dishes, and I was once again squealing as I was listening to it. And I listened to some of the other bonus chapters too. So Fred and his British accent was hilarious.
That was really cute.
Holy shit.
Exactly what you asked for and wanted. I was like, they did that.
I know. I'm so happy. I feel like I can now put the series down and tie it up with a nice little bow, which I'm sure they do in their relationship too sometimes, tie each other up in nice little bows.
Of course.
But
Taylor, what
my
did you
God.
think? Right?
So I decided to wait because I woke up literally as I was supposed to be leaving for work this morning. So I decided, I said, okay, I'm not going to start my morning off with chaos. I'll read it after work, or I'll listen to it after work. I get in my car, I go get food, I'm on my way home, and I listen to all the bonus chapters, because I only listened to Fred's yesterday. So I listened to them all, and the last of Tyler's, I'm just sitting there, and I'm like, wow. And then AJ's comes up, and I'm like, oh, here we go. I'm on the interstate, which very new for me. I used to hate going on the interstates, but I've been able to do it here more recently. And it's 4 o'clock traffic, so it's starting to get busy. I put it on, and I'm like, all right, here we go. This is my fall. And I kid you not, every 5 seconds I go, what? It got to the point where they go upstairs and I was like, oh, this is gonna be bad. The whole way home, the people driving past me probably think I'm insane because the whole time I'm holding my steering wheel and I'm like, oh my gosh. And I'm dying laughing. I'm literally hitting my steering wheel because I'm like, there's no way that this is real. There's no way that I almost missed this part of this book. What? And it made me so happy to be able to finish it. I pulled it in my driveway and I was like, it ended right before I got home. Driveway, and I was like, nice.
Oh,
You were literally the quintessential white chick meme, the driving the car meme. How's it feel to be a legacy today?
I don't know, man. Tyler gave cuck chair a whole new meaning in
Yeah.
this book.
I'm telling you guys right now, though, this artwork, I still don't see them that way.
No.
Initially, I was like, seeing the picture, like, I might be able to envision them that way. No, I still didn't. I actually forgot that that was even part of the book until I just opened it a second ago.
Seeing this artwork made me not want to read it, and I know I'm an artist, so I'm very particular about artwork. And normally I'm not judgy on the artwork, but this just gave the wrong kind of vibes, I think. And I know exactly what scene that they were portraying, what they were trying to do, and they did a good job capturing the scene, but not the chemistry between them, I guess.
Well, to be fair, in this scene, the chemistry was being denied.
That is true.
And honestly, that's kind of a theme throughout the entire book. And part of what I think feeds into Tyler's brat kink is just the constant denial that Stell gives him, from not wanting to be part of his scheme to not wanting to fuck him to not wanting to be the last person to give up, to the end where we see orgasm denial and things like that. So I agree. It's not how I would picture them. And it doesn't capture the hidden spark, but at the same time, they're still fighting it at that point in the books.
There would be just, I think, other images that I would pick, but
Yeah.
I can get it. I think the chemistry between them was really good. I think once they both realized that he was really into that brat kink kind of thing, I think things changed between them a lot harder and a lot easier, just because that dynamic is really hard to get and to even admit that you're into.
I'm sorry, but this chapter of Tyler's, the additional one, but the
I didn't finish it.
Oh,
it
you
had
didn't?
me speechless because it went from.
Is that the box?
Yes.
So I am halfway through that bonus chapter. I just got to the part where she's like, "Go kneel in your corner."
Your box.
And
None?
he was like, "If I even put a pinky outside of the box, she's gonna punish me." And I'm like, "Hey, good job, Stella. That man's in his place."
Right.
But also I want to know what happens because I haven't finished it.
It's good.
Because when you listen to it, oh my gosh, of what the book gave me prepared me for that chapter.
Not even
I
the
think-
one with AJ?
No, I wouldn't even compare the two, to be honest. They are two totally different experiences of their interactions between Stella and Tyler when he does put out that he does have a rat kink. Even slightly prepared me for what she put him through in that chapter, because I was like,
I think just as a reader, that chapter is really good. There is pleasure and stuff for it, but just really solidifies their relationship and sums it up really nicely without bringing AJ into it. Because AJ actually brings a sweetness into it. They're black and white, and he's that gray in between, so they make the perfect Oreo type of situation. Where it's just like, this works. I think it genuinely works because they invited AJ into a relationship. I think it would be too hostile without it. And so I think AJ is just that sweet, perfect, like, cherry on top that makes a relationship work that should not really fucking work. Even with that scene with Tyler, and again, I think I'm on the same page with Taylor. I don't want to spoil it, but I think it really shows how their relationship works and why it works. And a lot of people want to talk to, and I can see why Navessa actually put it in there, because a lot of people want to talk the talk. Oh, I'm into this. But the commitment that Tyler shows that he's actually into it. It's not just it's not even a kink for him. It's a way of life. He needs it. situation. And she needs to be in control because she's never been in control a day in her life. Everyone else has tried to control everything. And so it's a good situation. I do love that you get the AJ scene because again, it starts out with AJ going, Stella's gonna kick the shit out of this guy because he has been nothing but an asshole all day long. He's been a living brat. And then you get to see it from that dynamic where even AJ is like, I don't know if I would have been so hard on him, but I get why she does it. And so you can see again that gray area where Stella and Tyler are black and white. It works out really nicely. I think AJ makes me like the couple a lot better. You get more fun scenes for sure. For sure.
I love that AJ turned it into a why choose.
Exactly. Really, I liked that. I'm bi, so the idea of male and female, I've never hated on any particular vibe. I'll happily read either or very much. I know friends that are completely and utterly straight and they will prefer boy on boy or girl on girl and not be that type of situation. But I really enjoyed their dynamic. I like the fact being that he brought a sweetness to both of them.
He mellows both of them out for sure. I 100% agree with you.
And the fact being that, I don't know, she is a typical woman, very sure, I love you guys. I'm going to make it clear that I love you. That's what we do because we panic and always worry that things are going to be left unsaid and some incident's going to happen and you're not going to be there. But how humbling it was to see. I don't know, I really enjoyed the situation of Tyler in particular having no problem telling Stella that he loved her and admitting that he loved her, but he was still worried about telling AJ. And that was so sweet and precious.
It was different. So I don't think I read a book called, I don't remember what it was called. It doesn't matter. It was a vampire book. And it was the first real why choose that I had ever read. But even then, the focus was more on three men. They interacted with each other during sex scenes and things like that. But the main focus was on pleasuring the FMC. I think this was my first experience with genuine male-on-male sex. And I enjoyed it more than I thought I would. I also was not expecting it going into this book. So it was a surprise that I really thoroughly enjoyed.
I think my first book like that was a Christmas novel, and it was two boys and a girl, and one of the guys, it was his very first time ever. But then it also, one of the main characters was sick and from the beginning, so I'm not spoiling anything. But so it follows his parents too, and he grew up with two dads and a mom. And they were just in a relationship from years before him and his siblings came about. So it was like perfectly normal for him. And it was really just about allowing people to be okay with it kind of situation. And I remember really enjoying it.
It's wild the things that you end up enjoying that you never would have thought about enjoying.
Literally the biggest thing that I've learned since starting to read dark romance.
Every book you're like, wait, is this a kink? Did I just open too much on my list? That's doing something.
God, the fact that I'm putting this out on the internet, this is gonna probably come back to bite me in the ass someday. The whole predator prey thing, chasing through the woods, I get that. There's something very primal behind that. I enjoy reading that. The masked man thing, I really enjoy. I'm just thinking about all of the different tropes that I've read about, and I'm like, interesting.
There's been quite a few that I'm like, oh, is this really a thing? I've read a lot of two guys and one girl situation. I'm thinking of all the books I've read, and I feel like I've picked up quite a few that are probably accidentally. I don't think I ever picked them up and was like, hell, let's do this. I did not expect that at all in Game On. I think there's only my book that I picked up and was like, I know what I'm getting into. Then you get into it and you're like, oh, I see why people get into it. And then I know a girl that is looking for a third in her relationship, and she's happily married to another man, but just really wants to find a third or like another guy. And it's like listening to her, and ever so often I'll check in. She's a friend, so I like check on her ever so often, but like hearing her journey to find someone that fits that. It's so hard, and it's like a whole dynamic there that you have to get used to and you have to understand. But books make it seem so easy for
Mhm.
three people to fall in love. Maybe that's the problem. Maybe all three people have to fall in love, but sometimes relationships that are in real life, it's not three people in a relationship, it's two people in a relationship and then two other people in a relationship, but there's never that closed circle.
You start to see kind of that closed circle, I think, in groups, like polyamorous groups. But even then, there's still often a hierarchy of relationship levels, who's the primary partner and things like that. It's very clear in Game On that they're all, just because they're all in love with each other, on very equal footing.
Yes, and which is nice. I am utterly fascinated with the Mormon religion. Not actually the religion per se, but the cultural dynamics of how the people interact. And they, not all of them, but they are poly, I guess. They have a certain term for it. What is it? Whatever. Polygamist. They're polygamist. But they don't have, it's just one man with a bunch of different wives. And don't come at me, I know not all Mormon religions practice polygamy. That's a whole nother story for another day. But again, it goes back to that hierarchy. There is a hierarchy in polygamy in particular. There's a hierarchy in a lot of relationships. And I don't think you can have that and have a very successful relationship. If you're asking someone to come into a relationship and I'm married, this guy will always be above you. I don't know a single person on the planet that would be cool with that.
Not unless they're looking just for a fuck.
And if that's the case, then is that what you're looking for? That seems not good.
At that point, just go to a playhouse.
Exactly.
Like,
and there's plenty of those.
There are. I'm excited for my next read. So we've got, because it also involves a playhouse. I went into a local bookshop that just opened in this area back in March, and I asked the owner the other day, I was like, I just want something short, dark, and filthy. And she recommended to me this book called Forget Your Morals. And I've only read a few pages, but what I've picked up so far is that the girl gets emotionally involved with very toxic men. And so to get her life on the right path, she's no longer going to date anyone. She's just going to go get quick fucks at the local playhouse.
Mm-hmm.
Local playhouse is opening a new area that's basically just a glory hole, and there's an app, and so you don't see who the other people are. You just get basically their interests and their hard yeses and hard no's, and then you can set up a time to basically have a glory hole fuck with that person. Pretty sure it's her step cousin.
What?
So again, it's all anonymous, so they don't know that it's each other, I guess. But
you as a reader do?
They're gonna find out. I'm sure they're gonna find out. Anyways, that's my side tangent on if you're just looking for a quick fuck instead of an actual third partner, just go to a playhouse. You may end up with your step cousin.
You never know. I will say though, on a side tangent,
I'm sorry, I'm just watching Taylor's face as these words are coming out of my mouth, and I feel both so bad, but also it's kind of funny. It's fine. Anyways, Peyton, what were you saying? I'm so sorry.
No, I was saying, Taylor, I don't know if you saw the podcast, but I covered a book called Stalk Me, Stalk Love Me, whatever. And it was talking about AI boyfriends on your phone.
You told me something about that.
Yeah, where like her friend talks her into having this fake boyfriend, which is just AI, and she's loving it, and in the whole process, it's really somebody else that she actually knows. What?
It's not AI.
Go. I'll come tell you tonight. It's not AI, but the reason why I bring it up is because I've actually started seeing advertisements for these apps now.
Oh, so have I.
These apps are real now. So
I want to do some research so bad, but I would need to clear it with my fiance
Yeah.
first because there's
Yeah.
a level of guilt that I can't get past just
Mhm.
doing it. I don't even know how
Absolutely.
to approach that topic.
I don't think you necessarily have to realize it the way she does.
Mm.
I think you really can just realize it in a very PG kind of way.
I don't think I'm capable of that.
I
Let's
don't
be
know.
very clear right now.
Right.
I don't think I'm capable of that.
So I feel that. I don't know if I would be either. I would definitely be like, all right, babe, we gotta do this together, which is kind of weird too, but I would definitely be interested to see how they work. Could you imagine getting in a fight and be like, well, Josh, my AI boyfriend, agrees with me.
Of course he does.
You're paying him to Chris. It's not the point.
It's not the point he agrees. That's fine.
He's not real. I swear. Oh
No.
man. I don't know that that's a type of research that I could get behind, but we'll see. I did find an app called Trope MC. At least I think that's what it's called. Trope MC. And basically, you make a reading profile. So you pick the main trope that you like, and then you make a profile, and you can swipe left and right on other profiles to make book friends.
That's fun.
I haven't really used it yet. I told Blake about it, and he gave me a weird look, and I didn't know how to interpret it. So I haven't. It's been so long since I've made my profile that it logged me out. But that's another app that I'd be curious to play with and figure out. And there's just so many that are coming out now to cater towards this kind of stuff that it's just like people making AI significant others. I couldn't do it, but I understand why someone would have the drive to do it. You read all about all of these perfect, morally gray men, and you're like, I want that.
I think even with TikTok, there's influencers out there that their whole entire stick is if you want to be these morally gray men, this is how you still take care of your women. And I love those. I think those are great. Self-care and checking on them and making sure that they're good with what happened. And there's people out there giving a lot of great advice that if this is the route you want to take, here's the advice that I suggest that you use. And it's great advice. I think a lot of people play that they want to be these types of people or that they want these types of people. And then you get in situations where you're just like, that was not okay. And just because, let's say this, just because I want this type of person today doesn't mean I'm in the mood tomorrow. So there is a whole conversation that has to take place. It's not always going to be, I think women like it because there's this darkness and then it's balanced with the lightness. So
That's something that, at least in this series, Josh shows exceptionally well. He exemplifies both sides of that coin, whereas Nico and Tyler struggle with that more. And they've had, not that Josh's upbringing was shit or wasn't shit, because it was. Having a serial killer for your papa is not great. But he seems to have harbored his resentment in a different kind of way, in more of a fear of becoming that, whereas Nico and Tyler took that resentment and ran with it in all the wrong ways, ready to burn everything down. It's interesting.
I hate to be that girl, but I think that's one of the reasons why Josh is always going to be my favorite. He shows, I think it's the difference between a mature man versus a childish boy. Real men, they take the time to understand their pain, understand their trauma, heal from it, and make not just the world a better place, but himself better. And I think when you have Nico's dad kill people too. Nico killed people. They all had this traumatic. Honestly, Tyler's the only one that didn't really have a traumatic childhood.
His mom lied to him for his whole life and neglected him. And we talked about it in the last film session. He was definitely abused and neglected.
Yes, definitely.
But he wasn't watching people get murdered, or it's definitely a different type and different level of trauma. And Tyler handled it the worst of the three of them.
He really did, and he really doesn't have an excuse because he knew he knew Josh's dad. He was a part of the barbecue. He came in contact with cooked human remains. To me, I don't know. He doesn't have an excuse. He doesn't. These should be. Nico, I think, has the most. I think Nico's got the best excuse because he's growing up in a morally, ethically problematic family.
Yeah.
That's all he knows. From a little bitty boy, he knew. So he's having to deconstruct things that were trained when his brain was undeveloped. And so he knows how to fucking breathe. So I think he has the biggest excuse, but he should also be more equipped to understand safety. I don't know.
I think of the three men, and maybe this is a hot take, I actually think Nico showed the most character growth
Yes.
through
Yes.
through his arc. All three of them showed growth, but Nico really went from being in a bad situation to cleaning himself up. Josh did some sketchy ass shit. And yes, it was bad. I'm not going to say that it wasn't bad, but he also never really needed to clean up his act.
Right.
And Tyler started to clean up his act, but we even see in the bonus chapter, AJ said it perfectly, he just gets in his own way. And so I think my favorite male character is Nico.
The fact being that he is able to even process the idea of trying to get out and to change. The lengths he goes through to take care of a woman that he couldn't be with. He did kill her dad.
But not
really, but it's I don't know, it's one of those situations. I adore Nico. I can't think of anyone but Dean Winchester when I think of Nico. That's the whole 100% vibe of Nico for me. And I got daddy issues when it comes to Dean Winchester. So I might be projecting a little bit. I do love Nico. I think Tyler was too much like me. I think in the grand scheme of things, he was a little too much like me. He went a little far. He'd done a lot of shit I would never do, obviously. And I'm not a dude. But I get where he came from. And I don't forgive the lack of growth because of it.
Yeah.
Because I went through the same shit. And there's no reason.
That's fair.
So, but I think Josh is always going to be my baby. Again, because bro's dad murdered people. And you have to wear the exact same face. I hate my mom. My mom was an abuser. Anyone ever defend her, you're out of my life. But I also have the exact same face as my mom. So when I look in the mirror, I have to see my abuser every single day. And it's fucking frustrating. And I get Josh. I get the mask. I get it. I get why you want to do anything and everything you possibly can not to see your abuser every day. So it's tough. I don't know. I think the men were great. I think the women were okay. I wasn't a big fan of any of the women. I liked Stella though.
Before I say this, Taylor, do you have a favorite MMC?
I think just because I was the one that brought this series to you guys, I think Josh will always be my favorite because he was the first, but also Mask Talk was very big when that book, still obviously huge, but it was very big on my feed anyways when that book was brought to my attention. So then it was in a way like a reader, this is on my For You page, now it's on hers, and so it was kind of cool for that. And
You stepped into Allie's life. Your experience it with Allie, right?
And I keep going back to that book. That is one of the very few books that I will go back on occasion and I will read my tabbed pages or just get a refresh on who they are. And I don't think I'll ever lose that, especially for Josh. With Nico, it was initially it was a bit harder for me to get into it just because it was a second book. I knew it was going to be different. I knew I was not going to be following Josh anymore, and so I was like, but then I grew to like him more. But I don't think anybody will top Josh for me. Tyler, he definitely is at the bottom of my list, and just really just out of the three, he was the last one, and then it was just listening. After listening to his story, I was like, oh, you poor baby. I
Yeah,
felt
you
for
get
him,
it.
but I don't think the way that I was attracted to Josh's character in a moral way, mental way, the way he acted, his actions, his follow up, all of the intimate scenes, compared to Tyler's, it lacks for me. Not in a bad way, they're all different, obviously. I do like to see them all come together. But
Hmm.
I'll tell you right now, in every single book, I was looking for Josh. Every
Yeah.
single time his name would come up on the page, I was like, oh, hi, hello, we're back. And then I turn around and want to read the book again. So he's definitely for sure my favorite.
That's fair. I guess I'm the lone one out, but I'm okay with that.
Nico
I
is not a second runner up for sure. He's sharing the podium.
I think I was just past my huge Mask Talk feed stuff when I started Lights Out. It is still there. My feed ended up going towards the bike talk stuff. And
So yeah, for Nico naturally.
Blake, a few years back, started taking motorcycle lessons that he never finished. But my God, when he puts that helmet on, I don't know. I definitely think I prefer bike talk to mask talk, even though I like them both. So it makes more sense that I would gravitate towards a Nico, especially because Blake is my Josh, right? So I already have my golden retriever. And so I love Josh, but he's more of, I love him in the, oh, you poor thing, cute little, I want to pinch your cheeks kind of way. And I genuinely think that that's because the character traits at their core line up with my fiance. And so I'm not attracted to another one because I'm attracted to my golden retriever.
I get that.
I don't know. As far as favorite female main character, because now we've dissected the men, I think I have to go with Lo. I think Lo is also my favorite female main character. I think Stella's got a spine, and I think Allie's got a spine, but I think Lo has the most.
She's fearless.
She's got the most behind her character. I think I don't have gastritis the way Stella does in Game On. But I have chronic illness that deals with my digestive tract. So
I honestly thought a lot about you when anytime she'd have a flare up.
And so for me, I was like, I've got spice to me. I'm not a rollover kind of girl like Stella, but also knowing how you have to treat your body to keep from flaring up, even just having a bad day, it takes a lot of that out of you. And I really like a female main character that has a spine. Allie's got a spine in a way that I could never comprehend being in the work setting that she's in. I could not do what Allie does. And so I think I have a lot of respect for Allie, but I don't think that I relate to her enough, aside from being attracted to masked men on the internet, to see her as a favorite, if that makes sense.
I don't know. I think with Stella, my issue, obviously she's an artist, so I get that aspect of it, but having to find your identity and go through the healing and the moving forward from something traumatic, but then it's easier to do when you just cut everything off. And you can see that with her, she's fine until she has to come back into that world. And there's nothing more frustrating, and that I get more than anything. You have this spine, you're strong as hell, and you're independent as hell, and then you're thrust back into the very thing that traumatized you. And surrounded by the very people that traumatize you. And then all of a sudden, it's like everything you've worked so hard for to mentally heal from it and emotionally heal from it, it's right there in your fucking face. And then all of a sudden you feel like you're just that scared little girl again. And I really got that. Was like, I got where she was coming from. There's nothing worse than feeling good about yourself and feeling great, and you're like, I got this shit. And then all of a sudden you're facing face to face with your trauma, and you're like, I don't have this shit. None of this is real. And you're like questioning everything. So I felt like I'm more connected with her in that aspect. Allie, I just felt like she was honestly at least the epitome of every girl that's been perfect on the internet. I hate to say that, but we have this joke where I work at that the popular beautiful girls always go into nursing. So the popular beautiful girls, no offense to any popular beautiful girl, but they always go into nursing and the nursing field and anything like that. And so that's just how I picture Allie. And then so you got a beautiful, perfect girl who has a kink. So I don't know. Yeah. And then Lo, it was just like she was so independent, so strong, so perfect in all her flaws. I loved that about her. There was a strength in the whole, man, I'm gonna be who I want to be and fuck anybody that fucks around with that kind of situation. And I don't connect with that either because I am a fucking roller coaster when it comes to my emotions. One minute I'm great, the next minute I cry. What did I text you guys today? I have 4 more hours of work. At some point, I'm gonna lose my spark and my sunny disposition, I think is what I said. It will go so fucking fast. And I will go light to dark in a split second. And my poor golden retriever, I think a golden retriever is the only thing that would survive that. But so I don't know. I guess I just connected more with Stella than the others, but
I didn't like how much I connected with Stella, and I think I want to be a Lo, which is why I like her the best.
Yeah. I can see that.
What about you, Taylor?
So I very quickly, after reflecting on all three of the books, because I knew this conversation would come up eventually, the answer was almost immediate, and I hate how immediate it was. Because my favorite female main character has to be Lauren. Because obviously I can't pick Taylor, she's not a main character, whatever.
You can. She was fun.
But Lauren, by far, is my favorite. Just because there is something so empowering about a woman who is so confident in herself with her line of work and just who she is as a person in general, and the strength that she has with her friends, her family, even just her work, how seriously she takes everything and how invested she is in everything. Genuinely, just like it's very encouraging, and I see that in day-to-day life. It's a very common, I wouldn't say common, very popular job choice now. And I have many influencers that I follow, and it's not for that purpose. It's because they're genuinely very confident and uplifting people. The ones that are as real as they can be on the internet anyways. And there's this girl I follow, her name is Ari, and I followed her for a couple of years, and she is very much a Lo in person for me. I can put that face to that name just because she is just all about self-care and positivity and confidence and the strength in that. And so I think that's why Lauren's my favorite. That, and she just genuinely doesn't put up with much. She doesn't care. She knows her limits. And while Stella put up with Tyler's stuff because she had to, whenever Nico came back, she was like, no, my friends are in the house, they'll literally come after you. What are you doing here? And Allie, for me, I liked her. I just wasn't loved her. She said it's a very common thing for the popular pretty people to go into nursing. And so it just like I didn't have much of a relate to her outside of the fact that our social medias look very similar. She came into my life when my social media looked like that a lot. And so it was kind of just like, I can relate to your interests, but not necessarily to you. But with Lauren, it was just like, I almost immediately was like, yeah, she's going to be my favorite out of all of them.
That's fair. Either way, I think regardless of who your favorites are, I think the books do what you're looking for them to do, right? Which is to give you a little bit of a thrill, keep you on the edge of the seat, and also play to all the impure things that we've come to crave. If I had to rate the series out of 5 stars, I think I would give it a solid 3.75 as a whole. I think
Yeah.
individually, I might rate. I would give Game On a 3 stars, and then I think I would put both Lights Out and Caught Up at 4.5 stars. I enjoyed reading them. I'll read them again down the line. I love having them on my shelf. I thoroughly enjoyed the series.
It was a great series. I enjoyed it. I would definitely recommend it to people. I look for books that are similar. I don't honestly have any complaints that are actually worth writing wise. I think I would probably pick it up again for sure. So that is one series down. Let's talk hockey. Let's put that one on the shelf.
She's going back up.
It's gonna go look pretty. And Taylor, what do you think that you're gonna bring next time you're here with us?
I think, honestly, that the next one that I would like to be on for is The Legacy of Godsmen, because it is more of a dark romance and is very interesting, to say the least. I would like to bring a hockey series. I may come on for a little bit more of a lighthearted book for one of the hockey books I've read, unless if you guys have already read it, we can talk about it later on down the
Mel
line.
hasn't. Mel has not read it.
Obviously. I have a bunch of them. That's literally my whole shelf of this one right here. I have a couple of new ones that I've read over the summer that I may come on and talk about. There's one specifically that she's just engraved in my brain, and I would just have to go through and read my notes or whatever to bring it to maybe put you guys on and then come back afterwards. And maybe we could do that for hockey season, but I think probably closer to the fall, I'd like to bring The Legacy of Godsmen, because it's more of, in my opinion, a fall-esque, but it's a lot of masked men. A lot. That's one of the main things about the series, is that it brings a lot of masked men, but it's more of a college-based, university-based. It's very fun. I'd like to come on and just convince you guys about the first book on a separate episode, give you guys some of my footnotes and whatnot, and see how you guys are interested in that, and then we could maybe move forward with that one. I am on the second one right now. I will have it finished by the end of the week, more than likely, because I don't have to worry about this one.
Oh,
No, did we lose Taylor?
Oh no! How did
She'll
that
come
even
back.
happen? She'll come back.
I don't know. I'll send her a text. We lost
Probably
you.
freaking out.
Her iPad died.
Oh no! I don't even know where my phone is. Oh, it's sitting on the floor because it's making noise. All right. Well, now she's sending text.
I'm just making sure that there's nothing else that she wanted to say before we close out.
While I'm else doing that, I just want to tell everyone it's been fun doing this journey with you. And I'm not gonna lie, I really love having Taylor on. I want to bring her on as an OG. Just add her in.
I'm here for it whenever she's available.
I love having her on. She's so much fun. And she just brings a nice perspective. Also, I don't know, I feel like I bring an old person perspective, and you bring that nice college age, and she's a little bit on the younger side, so it's nice to get a full spectrum, I think, of different types of women reading the same books. It's so funny to see it from that perspective. But I love Taylor, and I am definitely down. The reason why we brought up hockey is because you bought your first hockey book.
I did. I bought my first hockey book the same day that I bought the really depraved one. So let's see. So it's up here on this top shelf. You can't see it, but this white book at the top. That's called Unraveling Rain. And it's a hockey romance by Liz Montoya. And I actually walked into the bookstore the other day not knowing that there was an author event going on, and Liz was there.
Oh, so you met the author.
So I got to meet the author. She was so nice. It's going to be a 4-book series. Books 1 and 2 are out right now. Book 3 is coming out on October 23rd. And I'm not sure when book 4 is coming out. But super nice. She was so enthusiastic about her book.
Oh yeah.
Always really nice. And that kind of rubs
Yeah.
off too, even when I go to pick it up
Yeah.
down the line. Like, and I remember my interaction with her.
Absolutely.
She sold it really well. So that's my first hockey book that I've picked up. I'm excited to eventually get to it. When that will be, I don't know, because I've got the docket, I've got A Discovery of Witches and Six of Crows. So
it's cute.
yeah.
It's not dark at all. I'm just letting you going. Yeah.
That's totally okay. So the reason those two books are up next on my docket is because they are co-reads that I'm doing with my mom and one with my brother. So A Discovery of
Okay.
Witches is the one I'm doing with my mom. She's already started it, so I don't know how far into it she is, but I have to get caught up. And then don't think I'm gonna be able to get to Six of Crows before my brother goes back to school. But I'd like to read it so that way when he eventually reads it, he's got
Yeah.
someone to talk to about it.
Yeah.
Those are the two up next. Past that, I haven't really given my TBR much thought.
Mm-hmm.
Got all of these new bookshelves, and I'm already stacking books on top of each other.
I know. I feel that way too. I like all of these are new bookshelves too because I got shoved in the closet because of my store, and I literally am like already lost a couple books, I think. Because I keep looking for one of them that it's my first book that I ever pre-ordered, and I want to pick it up and start reading it again. I had to stop. Not because it wasn't good. First of all, it's fucking amazing. I think I had to do something. Like I had to pick up another book or something along those lines. I think I had to start writing. When I write, I don't read. Just kind of a rule, like too many voices in my head. And I think I had to finish up a novel. I had to finish writing. I am definitely wanting to pick it up again. Can't remember the name of it. I remember the series being called the Gummy Bear series. And this author like a bunch of like fun, quirky palate cleanser romance novels. This one in particular I pre-ordered. It's about a girl that lives in a black Gothic Victorian house and drives a casket, or not a casket, but
hearse.
Yeah.
All the words that you needed to say for me to like that's right up your alley.
Oh yeah, like live my dream home, driving a hearse. I could get into that just for funsies, having a hearse in my driveway. A boy moves next door that she grew up with. He was a popular football player. She was kind of a buddy artsy kid. About them really honestly meeting each other for the first time. So I have been craving finishing that book. I gotta find it, so I'm probably gonna dig around for this. And then still reading Hecate, but that one's because it's poetry and it's Nikita Gill, it's so deep and heavy, kind of a little stop. Nikita Gill's always been like that with me though. Then I might start reading Don't Whistle at Night.
I say those words and my brain immediately wants to nope the fuck out because
like not like a novel, but it's a compilation of short stories about the Appalachian Mountains and the Appalachian lore. Yeah,
that shit scares me.
So. It's supposed to be a little scary, I think. Number one rule for Appalachia is don't whistle at night. You heard your name? Nope, he didn't. Tons of rules and kind of some of those rules in short little stories. So
yeah, you can't trust the woods at night.
No, not at all.
Not anywhere you go, but especially the Appalachia.
No, can't trust anything in the Appalachians. And I find it fascinating.
I love you. I can't say I'm surprised.
Colby just did a whole episode. I'm not a big Sam and Colby fan. Project Fear fan, on the other hand, I am. But they're both ghost hunting shows on YouTube. But Sam and Colby does other stuff as well, and they did just do a whole episode of all the Appalachian rules in the Appalachian Mountains in one night. It was
you're just asking for something to wear your skin at that point. Like,
Pretty much.
Ugh.
So it was not great. But anyways, well, it was a blast. I'm glad we did this. I'm really glad we did this, to be honest with you.
I'm glad we did it this way too. It really
Mhm.
was, like I was saying earlier, a what the fuck moment last night when you were
Yeah.
like, there is a chapter. That's exactly what you want.
Yes,
With
yes.
AJ and Tyler and Stella. And
Yeah. You got your wish. You didn't even know it. It's there. You just gotta go read it.
yeah. Thank you
Yeah.
for letting me know that that existed. I
Absolutely.
am content with the series.
Of course, anytime. I'm never gonna leave a girl hanging when it comes to juicy scenes like that, for sure. I'm a girl's girl.
I know.
I guess next week it's still my week, isn't it? I kind of had a reveal week. Okay, so
It can
I
be
will
my
figure
week.
out- No,
I've got-
I'll figure out something.
Fine.
You're in the middle of a
Also-
bunch of stuff, so
I'm always in the middle of a bunch of stuff. And let's be real, once I start this Step Cousin Smut book, I'm
I need to
probably gonna
know.
fly through that real fast. So
No.
just
Honestly,
let
I
me
do have so many in the docket. There's one about religion that I honestly might cover next week
Ooh.
because it's really good. And it's a
Okay.
why choose, so that'd be good.
Oh, hell yeah.
Since we're on that, like, I might as well just cover that one. It's really good, so.
Sounds like a plan to me.
All right. Well, that, like, follow, do all those things. I feel like we're not great at this advertisement kind of thing. We're just kind of have fun with each other.
Yeah,
I forget
that's all
we're a
right.
podcast sometimes.
It's
Like,
casual.
hit all the buttons.
All the things. You know where to find all the buttons. Taylor, she is super excited for the future and excited and ready to come back for her next episode. Wait to hear all about the dark romance that she's going to be telling us about next, or the palette cleanser, whichever.
Mhm.
Not to plug it again, but the best way to know when her next episode comes out is to like, share, subscribe. Find us on Spotify, Instagram, TikTok. We're around.
Yes. And if there, like, I think we've said this before, if there's a book you want us to cover, let us know. We
Yep.
just want excuses to read, honestly. So
It may take
let
us a little
know.
while to get to it, but we'll get to it.
Mhm.
Get a feeling,
Absolutely. So, all right. Bye, fuckers.
get a feeling it was so
Bye.
mad risky to let him down.
What the fuck were we thinking?